Okay, so you've got your list of amazing benefits of working with your company, and you know those by heart. You've seen the formula for the power loop, agree and paraphrase, one or two bullets about your solution, or a reassurance statement followed by repeating of your closing statement, okay? So that's the formula. Now I'm going to explain to you why it works. And it works because of customer psychology. So there's several points here. Number one, when you're making an introductory call or cold calling or reaching out to somebody, there is customer psychology, a tremendous resistance to wanting to talk to you. You called them. They didn't call you, or just flipping it, I didn't call you. You're calling me. I don't really want to talk to you. I don't need your service. I don't really want to know anything about it. I just want to get you off the phone. Is it that I don't like your service? No, I don't know anything about your service. Is it that I don't like you? No, I don't know anything about you. I just don't like being called. I don't like being sold to. So the truth is that customers are always going to resist. They're always going to push back. No matter how great your script is, no matter how big you smile, no matter how much you build rapport, the truth is they don't want to work with you. Not because they don't like your solution or don't like you, they just don't want to work with you. Okay, that's just understanding customer psychology. It's important to understand that. So what they're going to do whenever you ask them a closing statement, can we set an appointment? Do mornings or afternoons work better for you? Can I count on you to be at this webinar? When would be a good time to stop by and show you this solution? All of those things are going to result in them saying no. So when you ask them the closing statement, let's say I'm the customer, you're giving me this big heavy bowling ball. What do you think psychologically I'm going to do with it? I'm going to say I don't want it. Here, take it back. Okay? Did I say that for any logical reason? Did I say it because I don't like your solution or I don't? No logic at all. I don't want to be sold on anything. I don't want an appointment. I don't want you to come over. I don't want to go to your place. I don't want to go to your webinar. I don't care. I just want to get you off the phone. Here, take it back. So what they're going to do is they're going to give you a series of objections. Here's the most amazing thing about it. Let's say there are 6 or 7 different objections. They're going to give you the first one. Now what you're doing in the power loop is you're sweeping the objection aside, you're acknowledging it by agreeing and paraphrasing, you're mentioning 2 more bullet points about your program, and you're asking them for the appointment or whatever it is, you're repeating your closing statement. Oh, didn't you hear me? I don't want it. They give you a new objection. They never give you the same objection again. Whatever the first one was, you just ignored it, power looped, and asked for the sale, asked for the close again. Now they have to come up with a second objection. You power loop again, which just means you're brushing it to the side. I'm completely ignoring what you're saying, and I'm asking you for the appointment or whatever it is. I'm asking you my closing statement again. I don't want this bowling ball, so I have to give you a third objection. I give it back to you. I never go back to the first, and I never go back to the second. It's always a different objection. This is the beauty of the power loop, because these aren't real objections. See what I'm saying? They're just excuses to get you off the phone. They're not valid objections because they know they don't know anything about your solution. So they know they're not giving you logical reasons. They're just saying, just leave me alone. They're just objecting to get you off the phone. The power loop sweeps the objection aside and puts the bowling ball back into my hands. I don't want it, so I got to give it back to you again. I got to make up a new objection. So the psychology is it, number one, they're resistant. Number two, they're going to give you every objection in the book, but they will never repeat the same objection twice. And here's the third point in the psychology of the power loop that makes it so incredibly effective. Step number one in the power loop is what? Agree and paraphrase. And let's stop there for 1 second. When I tell you I'm busy, instead of telling me, no, you're not busy, or you shouldn't be busy because this is so important, or arguing or trying to convince me that I'm wrong, what the power loop technique does is I first start by agreeing and paraphrasing. Now, why do you agree when somebody gives you an objection? Because there's 2 parts of the customer's brain. There's 2 parts of their mind. There's the conscious mind, which is the large frontal cortex, right? The big part of the brain. And then there's the limbic brain. It's also called the stem. Okay? This is the part of the brain back here that controls emotion. Okay? This is the part of the brain that's annoyed with you for calling and why they keep resisting. Okay? When you listen to somebody, you're showing them attention and respect. When you agree with them, you're showing them respect for their opinion. When you paraphrase what they say, you're confirming to them that you listened to what they said. You understood them. When you understand somebody, when you validate somebody, when you respect them and pay attention to what they're saying, it has a very profound impact on their limbic brain. It eliminates all negative emotion and makes them at least neutral, if not receptive to you. So when they tell you they already have somebody who handles this for them, don't say, oh, but we're so much better than them. You know, oh, don't worry about that. We're much better. You want to switch to us. Don't build a logical argument with them. Agree with them. Oh, so what you're saying is you already have someone that handles this. Ah, I understand. Oh, you just hit their limbic brain and you reduced their negativity. You reduced their defenses. Now, you ignore the logical argument by just repeating one bullet or two bullets about your program and then handing them the bowling ball again. Hey, I'd like to go ahead and set up an appointment with you to show you how we do this. Mornings or afternoons generally work better. And now you've given them the bowling ball. But they still don't want it, okay? Psychologically, they still, this guy, he won't go away. Here, I'm going to give him this objection. See if he goes away now. And they give you another objection and they hand you the bowling ball. But again, you don't argue and debate with them. You agree with them. You know, that makes perfect sense. You're a busy person. You don't want to waste any time. I can respect that. Trust me. Our meeting, 5, 10, no more than 15 minutes, informal, casual. In fact, within the first 2 or 3 minutes, we're going to know right away whether it's a good fit. So I will not waste 1 minute of your time. Now, given your schedule, does mornings or afternoons generally work better for you? Agree and paraphrase, a validation or a reassurance statement, followed by my closing question again. Does morning or afternoon generally work better? So now I've given him back the bowling ball. The psychology of the power loop is so powerful. It always works, okay? Now, what will happen is they'll either run out of it. First of all, they might just agree to your request of the appointment or the webinar, whatever it is you're trying to convince them is the next step. Most people will just agree with you at some point. Or if they are truly annoyed and truly simply do not want to talk to you, they'll cycle through their objections. They will then become frustrated and say, look, you're not listening to me. I'm not interested. And they'll either hang up the phone or you can decide to stop. Or you can repeat the process, repeat the power loop again. I understand what you're saying. It's not your highest priority. I get that. You've got a lot of other priorities. The last thing you were expecting was a salesman to call you about X. I get that. You know what our customers love about our program? They love this, this, and this. And that allows our customers to all blah, 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 blah. If you come to this webinar, we'll explain everything. We won't waste a minute of your time. It's going to be very informative. Can I count on you to be there? And if they're very frustrated, again, they just might hang up. But the power loop is the way to go. It's very effective on the limbic brain and on the overcoming the resistance of contact with your customer, okay? Very powerful psychologically.